Chapter 1. Introduction. Anya stood on the balcony of her penthouse apartment, gazing out at the city below. The lights twinkled like stars in the night sky, and the streets were abuzz with activity. But Anya wasn't interested in the city lights or the bustling streets. She was thinking about Noah. They had met just a few weeks ago at a party. Anya had been immediately drawn to him. He was handsome, intelligent, and kind. But there was something more to him than that. He had a way of making her feel alive. They had started dating in secret, knowing that their families would never approve of their relationship. Anya was from a wealthy family, while Noah was from a working-class family. Their worlds were too different. But Anya didn't care. She loved Noah, and that was all that mattered. She turned away from the balcony and went inside. She was supposed to be meeting her parents for dinner, but she couldn't bring herself to go. She just wanted to be alone, to think about Noah. She went to her bedroom and sat down on her bed. She picked up her phone and looked at a picture of Noah that she had saved. He was smiling in the picture, and his eyes were sparkling with happiness. Anya smiled back. She couldn't imagine her life without him, but she knew that their relationship would be difficult. Their families would never approve, and they would face many challenges. But Anya was determined to fight for their love. She knew that it was worth it. She put her phone down and closed her eyes. She could imagine herself and Noah in the future, together and happy. She could see them married, with children. She could see them growing old together. Anya opened her eyes and smiled. She knew that their love was forbidden, but she didn't care. She was determined to make it work. Chapter 2. Falling in love. Anya and Noah continued to date in secret, meeting whenever they could. They went for walks in the park, they had picnics in the woods, and they took long drives to nowhere in particular. They talked about everything and nothing. They shared their dreams and hopes for the future, and they supported each other through their struggles. The more time they spent together, the more in love they fell. One night, they were sitting on a bench in the park, watching the stars. Anya was leaning her head on Noah's shoulder, and his arm was around her waist. "I love you," Noah said. Anya's heart skipped a beat. "I love you too," she said. They kissed, and it was the most passionate kiss they had ever shared. They felt like they were the only two people in the world. When they finally pulled away, they looked into each other's eyes. "I want to be with you forever," Noah said. "Me too," Anya said. They kissed again, and this time, it led to more. Anya and Noah made love for the first time that night, under the moonlight. It was a beautiful and unforgettable experience. They felt so close to each other, both physically and emotionally. After that night, Anya and Noah knew that their love was unbreakable. They were determined to be together, no matter what. But they also knew that their relationship would be difficult. Their families would never approve, and they would face many challenges. But Anya and Noah were determined to fight for their love. They knew that it was worth it. One day, Anya's parents invited her to a dinner party. Anya didn't want to go, but she knew that she had to. She couldn't keep avoiding her parents forever. She got dressed in a beautiful dress and went downstairs to dinner. Her parents were already at the table, with a few of their friends. "Anya, you look lovely," her mother said. "I'm so glad you could make it." Anya smiled and sat down at the table. She tried to enjoy the dinner party, but she couldn't stop thinking about Noah. She wondered if he was thinking about her too. After dinner, Anya's parents invited her into the living room for coffee. "Anya, we need to talk to you about something," her father said. Anya's heart sank. She knew what they wanted to talk about. "We've been hearing rumors," her mother said. "Rumors that you've been seeing someone from the wrong side of town." Anya took a deep breath. "Yes," she said. "I am dating someone. His name is Noah," she said. "He's a good person." "But he's not good enough for you," her father said. "He's from the wrong side of the tracks." "He's from a different world," her mother said. "You two could never work out." "We love you, Anya," her father said, "and we want what's best for you." And we don't think Noah is the best for you, her mother said. Anya stood up. I don't care what you think, she said. I love Noah, and I'm going to be with him. She turned and walked out of the living room. Anya went back to her room and locked the door. She sat down on her bed and started to cry. She knew that her parents would never approve of her relationship with Noah, but she didn't care. She loved him, and that was all that mattered. She picked up her phone and called Noah. He answered on the first ring. Hey, he said. What's wrong? Anya told him what had happened. He listened patiently and then he said, I'm so sorry, Anya. I know this is difficult for you. But I love you, he said, and I'm not going to give up on you. Me too, Anya said. I'm not going to give up on you either. They talked for a long time that night about their love and their future. They knew that they would face many challenges, but they were determined to be together. After they hung up the phone, Anya felt a sense of peace. She knew that she had made the right decision. She was going to fight for her love with Noah, no matter what. The next day, Anya told Noah that she wanted to introduce him to her parents. Noah was hesitant at first, but he eventually agreed. They met Anya's parents for dinner at a fancy restaurant. Anya's parents were polite, but it was clear that they didn't approve of Noah. They asked him about his family and his job, and they made it clear that they thought he wasn't good enough for their daughter. Noah was polite and respectful, but he could tell that Anya's parents didn't like him. After dinner, Anya and Noah walked home together. I'm so sorry about that, Anya said. I knew it wouldn't be easy. It's okay, Noah said. I understand. But I love you, Anya said, and I'm not going to give up on you. Me too, Noah said. I'm not going to give up on you either. They kissed, and it was the most passionate kiss they had ever shared. They felt like they were the only two people in the world. Anya and Noah knew that their relationship would be difficult, but they were determined to be together. They knew that their love was worth fighting for. Chapter 3. Facing Obstacles. Anya and Noah's relationship was tested early on. Their families disapproved of their relationship, and they faced discrimination from others. But Anya and Noah were determined to be together. They knew that their love was worth fighting for. One day, Anya was walking home from school when she was accosted by a group of boys. They started calling her names and making fun of her for dating Noah. Anya tried to ignore them, but they wouldn't leave her alone. They started following her, and they kept getting closer and closer. Anya was scared. She didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Noah appeared out of nowhere. He stood in front of Anya and faced the boys. Leave her alone, Noah said. The boys laughed. What are you going to do about it? One of them said. I'm going to call the police, Noah said. The boys didn't believe him at first, but when Noah pulled out his phone, they backed down. We'll see you around, one of the boys said. They turned and walked away. Anya looked up at Noah. Thank you, she said. You're welcome, Noah said. I'm not going to let anyone hurt you. Anya and Noah hugged each other tightly. They knew that they would always be there for each other, no matter what. Another challenge that Anya and Noah faced was their different backgrounds. Anya came from a wealthy family, while Noah came from a working-class family. Their different backgrounds created some tension in their relationship. Anya sometimes felt guilty about her wealth, and Noah sometimes felt insecure about his social status. But they loved each other deeply, and they were determined to make their relationship work. They talked about their differences openly and honestly, and they worked through their problems together. One day, Anya and Noah were invited to a party at Anya's parents' house. Anya was hesitant to go, but she knew that she had to. She couldn't keep avoiding her parents forever. Noah went with her for support. When they arrived at the party, Anya's parents were polite, but it was clear that they didn't approve of Noah. They introduced him to their friends as Anya's friend. Noah tried to make small talk with Anya's parents' friends, but they were mostly dismissive. They clearly thought that he wasn't good enough for their daughter. Anya felt terrible. She wanted Noah to feel welcome, but she could tell that he was uncomfortable. They decided to leave the party early. I'm so sorry, Anya said. I know that wasn't easy. It's okay, Noah said. I understand. But I love you, Anya said, "and I'm not going to give up on you." "Me too," Noah said. "I'm not going to give up on you either." They kissed, and it was the most passionate kiss they had ever shared. They felt like they were the only two people in the world. Anya and Noah knew that their relationship would be difficult, but they were determined to be together. They knew that their love was worth fighting for. Over time, Anya and Noah's relationship grew stronger. They spent more and more time together, and they fell more and more in love. But the challenges they faced didn't go away. Their families still disapproved of their relationship, and they still faced discrimination from others. One day, Anya's parents called her into their office. "Anya, we need to talk to you about your relationship with Noah," her mother said. "We know that you love him," her father said, "but we don't think he's right for you." "He's not from the same world as you," her mother said. "He doesn't have the same values as you." "And he's not good enough for you," her father said. "We want you to break up with him," her mother said. Anya shook her head. "I can't do that," she said. "I love Noah." "If you don't break up with him," her father said, "we'll disown you." Anya was heartbroken. She couldn't believe that her parents were threatening to disown her over her relationship. "I'm so sorry," Anya said, "but I can't give up on Noah." Anya left her parents' office and went to her room. She locked the door and cried. Anya sat on her bed and cried. She didn't know what to do. She loved her parents, but she also loved Noah. She couldn't imagine living without either of them. She picked up her phone and called Noah. He answered on the first ring. "Hey," he said. "What's wrong?" Anya told him what her parents had said. "I'm so sorry," Noah said. "I know this is difficult for you." "But I love you," Anya said, "and I'm not going to give up on you." "Me too," Noah said. "I'm not going to give up on you either." They talked for a long time that night about their love and their future. They knew that they would face many challenges, but they were determined to be together. The next day, Anya told her parents that she was still dating Noah. They were furious. They threatened to disown her, but Anya stood her ground. She knew that she had to follow her heart. Anya's parents eventually backed down, but they made it clear that they didn't approve of her relationship with Noah. They refused to meet him or to have anything to do with him. Anya was hurt by her parents' rejection, but she knew that she had made the right decision. She was determined to be with Noah, no matter what. Anya and Noah continued to face challenges in their relationship, but their love for each other grew stronger with each passing day. They knew that their love was forbidden, but they didn't care. They were willing to fight for their love, no matter what. One day, Anya and Noah were sitting on a bench in the park, talking about their future. "I want to spend the rest of my life with you," Noah said. "Me too," Anya said. Noah got down on one knee and pulled out a ring. "Anya, will you marry me?" he asked. Anya's eyes filled with tears. "Yes," she said. "Of course I will." Noah slipped the ring on her finger and they kissed. They were both so happy and in love. Anya and Noah knew that their wedding would be difficult to plan. Their families didn't approve of their relationship, and they didn't want to hurt them, but they were determined to have a wedding that celebrated their love. They decided to have a small ceremony in the park with just their closest friends and family. Anya and Noah's wedding was a small, intimate ceremony in the park. They were surrounded by their closest friends and family, and it was a beautiful day. After the wedding, Anya and Noah moved into a small apartment together. They started building a life together, and they were both excited for the future. They knew that their relationship would continue to be challenged, but they were determined to overcome any obstacle that came their way. Their love for each other was unbreakable. One day, Anya and Noah were sitting on their couch, watching a movie. Anya was leaning her head on Noah's shoulder, and he was holding her arm. "I'm so glad I met you," Noah said. "Me too," Anya said. "I can't imagine my life without you." They kissed, and it was a kiss full of love and promise. Anya and Noah knew that they would face many challenges in the future. Their families still didn't approve of their relationship, and they still faced discrimination from others. But they were determined to build a life together, and they were confident that their love would conquer all. They were hopeful that one day their families would come to accept their relationship. But even if they didn't, Anya and Noah knew that they would always have each other. Their love was a forbidden love, but it was a love that was worth fighting for. Chapter 4. Making a Choice. Anya and Noah had been married for a year now, and they were happier than ever. They had faced many challenges in their relationship, but their love for each other had only grown stronger. One day, Anya's parents called her and asked her to meet them for dinner. Anya was hesitant at first, but she agreed to go. She wanted to try to mend her relationship with her parents. When Anya arrived at the restaurant, her parents were already there. They were sitting at a table in the corner, and they looked nervous. Anya sat down across from them. "So, why did you want to meet?" she asked. "We wanted to talk to you about your relationship with Noah," her mother said. Anya took a deep breath. "I'm listening," she said. "We know that you love him," her father said, "and we can see that he makes you happy. But we still don't approve of your relationship," her mother said. "He's not from the same world as you." "And he's not good enough for you," her father said. Anya stood up. "I'm not going to have this conversation with you," she said. "I love Noah, and I'm not going to give up on him." Anya turned and walked out of the restaurant. Anya was hurt and angry. She couldn't believe that her parents still didn't approve of her relationship with Noah. She drove home and called Noah. She told him what her parents had said. "I'm so sorry," Noah said. "I know this is difficult for you." "But I love you," Anya said, "and I'm not going to give up on you." "Me too," Noah said. "I'm not going to give up on you either." Anya and Noah talked for a long time that night about their love and their future. They knew that they would face many challenges, but they were determined to be together. The next day, Anya went to see her parents again. "I've been thinking about what you said," she said, "and I've made a decision." "What decision is that?" her mother asked. "I'm choosing Noah," Anya said. "I'm choosing love." Anya's parents were shocked. They couldn't believe that she was actually choosing Noah over them. "But he's not good enough for you," her father said. "He's good enough for me," Anya said. "He loves me, and I love him." Anya turned and walked out of her parents' house. She knew that she was making the right decision. She was choosing love, even though it meant giving up her relationship with her parents. Years passed, and Anya and Noah continued to build their life together. They bought a house in a quiet neighborhood, and they had 2 beautiful children, a boy and a girl. One day, Anya received a call from her mother. Her mother was sick, and she wanted to see her. Anya was hesitant at first, but she eventually agreed to go. She knew that she couldn't let her mother die without saying goodbye. When Anya arrived at her parents' house, her mother was sitting in a rocking chair in the living room. She looked frail and weak. Anya sat down next to her mother and took her hand. "I'm so sorry to hear that you're sick," Anya said. "It's okay," her mother said. "I'm just glad that you're here." Anya and her mother talked for a long time. They talked about the past and they talked about the future. "I'm so proud of the woman you've become," her mother said. "And I'm so happy that you have Noah." "I love him very much," Anya said. "And he loves me." "I know," her mother said. "And I'm glad." Anya's mother died a few weeks later. Anya was heartbroken, but she was grateful for the time that she had gotten to spend with her mother in the end. Anya and Noah continued to raise their children together. They taught them about the importance of love and acceptance. They taught them that it's okay to be different. And they taught them that love knows no boundaries. Anya and Noah's story is a reminder that love is the most powerful force in the world. It is a reminder that love can overcome any obstacle. And it is a reminder that love is worth fighting for.